So, family association is available for purchase, especially among boys in Tibet, and girls, I think, too. Um, it it only comes, the secret conversations they have before weddings. It's when they have to try to make some sense of what people are willing to disclose about these relationships. Um, what they feel they need to disclose. Sometimes that was done at the negotiation in terms of where the children came from. Sometimes the mothers just bring the women just bring the children in with no explanation. This all has to be stated at marriage negotiations and in other negotiations as well. So my guru brought me before my father, my biological father, who was in the role of Dilgo Khyentse Rinpoche at the time, and he said, they have this thing that they say in the West, worthless garbage. I think I'm looking at some. So that became my name, and worthless and garbage and poop got interchanged every once in a while, depending on what island I was standing on. But at the same time, he also says, and it's interesting to see the two of you standing next to each other because your name is nonsense and her countenance is worthlessness. And you know what? I now pronounce you nonsense and worthless. With the power invested in me by whatever they do around here. Hey, my guru just sort of elbowed me and said, we need to leave now while we're still winning. So later in 91, so this was about 10 years before my father died. And he went back to the family, my guru went back to the family that, just to tie up loose ends, asked them, state that there had been a daughter, that he had given her a name, that he had announced her to the public, that he had married her to him, that she would outlive me. And that there was really, he wasn't Buddhist, he was Bon. And that the Nyingma goes back and forth and wanted to know if anybody wanted to have the negotiation back then, because in the family that my father was raised in, there were several more kids after him, several more boys. And at that time, there were some uncles. Now, whether or not he wanted to negotiate, whether or not those uncles were biological uncles in fact or not, and I don't know. But my father was born in 1910, and his father, died at least like 90 years ago.